We are the 14th of November and here is the news. Donald Trump Jr. praises genius father in New York fraud trial. Returning to the stand in his family's civil fraud trial in New York, Donald Trump Jr. described his father as an artist with real estate. The younger Mr. Trump made the case for the Trump Organization that the ex-president was a genius with the ability to create luxury from nothing. Prosecutors say the company inflated valuations to secure favorable loans. A loss in court threatens the Trump real estate empire, which could be banned from doing business in New York. Testifying on Monday morning, Mr. Trump Jr. continued the charm offensive seen in his first appearance 2 weeks ago, appearing relaxed, cheerful and confident. Soon after being sworn in, he drew laughs by saying New York Attorney General Letitia James, the prosecutor bringing the case, might sue him for perjury if he said it's good to be here. And, nodding to his past complaints about the courtroom sketch art, he said he already had a talk with the artist depicting the day's proceedings and joked that he wanted the AI version of himself, with a strong jawline and broad shoulders, to be drawn. He even made Judge Arthur Engoron laugh when he said, "I'm, like, the non-golfer of the family, which has relegated me to the children's table in perpetuity." Dressed in a dark suit and light lavender tie, the Ivy League graduate spoke of going from bartending in Colorado to starting as a project manager at the Trump Organization, and then ultimately becoming an executive. The company dealt with world-class assets but was like a mom-and-pop business, he said, adding that it operated as a meritocracy. Defense lawyers put on a lengthy presentation to introduce evidence of the Trump story and recount the company's history. When prosecutors objected that the lawyers were practically giving him a script, Mr. Trump Jr. quipped, "Your Honor, I promise I'll keep it under 6 weeks." It was a light jab at the state, which took 6 weeks to present their case. As lawyers flicked through various Trump properties, Mr. Trump Jr. expounded on each one, from 40 Wall Street to 7 Springs. Trump Tower was the breakthrough project that launched his father's career and the first time he changed the skyline. It would be one of the first great examples of ultra-luxury real estate emerging in Manhattan, the project by which all future high-end residential condominiums would have been judged, he said. The Mar-a-Lago Resort in West Palm Beach, Florida, was one of the few sort of American castles, with a virtually unheard-of location that placed it by the lake and also by the ocean. You couldn't build that atrium for $18 million today, he said, challenging appraisers' assessments of the property's worth. You need to understand it and see it to actually fully grasp the spectacular nature of this property. He described his father, who was not present in court, as someone who was on the leading edge of creating value in properties and could turn eyesores into jewels. He sees the things that other people don't see, Mr. Trump Jr. said. He sees the thing that other people would never envision. He plays the long game. Much of the testimony was largely unrelated to the claims at the heart of the case. Judge Engoron has already ruled Mr. Trump significantly inflated the value of his properties. The trial focuses on charges of falsification of business records, insurance fraud, and conspiracy. But the judge indicated he was willing to listen to how the defense's case plays out. The Trump lawyers have already, as prosecutors tried to object at various points that the presentation was irrelevant, he said, "There's no jury, I don't see any prejudice to this." Later, after an objection to a document offered by defense lawyers, he asked prosecutors, "Do you want to risk a reversal over this one stupid document?" The state had focused heavily on financial statements and spreadsheets, but Mr. Trump Jr.'s encore set the tone for a defense case that may last into mid-December. After 2 damaging weeks of testimony already from the Trump family, however, this video cannot be played. Donald Trump Jr., I should have worn makeup. Copyright 2023 BBC.